Okay, so we're on a ship. Something wrong with the ship. We pick up our second party member. We had to burn basically all our mana to beat up on some rats. But anyway, we should be sneaking. 68 stealth. Well, that's not good. I'll try to go into the darkness. And you get that. There we go. So there's 100% stealth. I don't think we're sneaking past this guy. Sailors stare at you wide-eyed and terrified. Dead Emperors, it's coming for us. It whispers to me. One of them draws a weapon with shaking hands. Get away from me. Diplomacy versus 10. Calm yourself, you're guild sailors. Gimpy's our diplomacy person. Dice roll test. Diplomacy 5 plus 2d6. Oof, so we gotta roll a combination of 5. Must roll a 5 or above on 2d6 to succeed. Little dice rolls. Hey, we rolled a 6. So, diplomacy. I like that, actually. I wasn't expecting the dice rolls. So, continue. The men stop dead in their tracks, seemingly shocked back from their momentary lapse of sanity by your words. The pair blinks towards you in a moment of indecision, and then stumbles up to the main deck in the tumult that seems to be taking place there. I spotted something. What did you spot? Guessing that thing up there. Great. With salt, I'm guessing that was? Salt. So I screwed up by using up all those potatoes to make some baked potatoes, but I got a new recipe out of it at least. Keep hitting that little... Go those stairs up. You cannot rest anywhere in this area. You must look for a suitable campsite elsewhere. Nice and suitable. So what was that? Flimsy wooden door, 5 hit points. Pick Thievery 2 versus difficulty 10. Force Athletics 1 versus difficulty 5. How about you? Athletics 6 versus difficulty 5. Force it. Back to Gimpy. Save early, save often. Is that guy alive? Apothecary's desk. So, Tauntified task, so potions to make it, we're taking it all. You alive? Recognize the corpse of one of the crewmates, a young man of barely 16 years called Sullum. The youth has been mauled to death by what you assume are the grotesquely altered rats you encountered just minutes ago. The corpse is still warm. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Another dagger. A fine dagger, even. Potions. Attunement potions. So, I guess I could drink those now if I wanted more mana. So, used to hitting tab. Is that something we can change? Controls. Console. I don't want to do console. Exit, reassign. Console should be backspace. And then the highlight, we want tab. Guess we have to save this first. Binding can be changed. I already did that. I screwed that up. Sorry. Controls. So we want reassign to backspace. Enter new keys, backspace, so we're good. Doing this all right. I don't know, it's just... Except that's not working. Ah, okay, I had to enter to assign it. Okay, so highlight. Again, we want this to be tab. Because that's what I'm used to doing in these games, using tab. So, console I don't really care about. I know you don't usually use backspace here, so all set. Better, better. Oh, I missed this bed over here. Can't rest. Desk. So we got brandy, surgeon's journal, and gold. Sure, why not? Can I rest? Wooden shoddy chest, 5 hit points. Thievery 2, or athletics 10. So leave. Oh, it didn't say something about thieves' tools. Pick or force a lock until hit points reach 0. Party has 5 thieves' tools. Is that gonna help? Neither one of them has skill in thievery, I'm guessing, right? Thievery 2 versus your... Yeah, okay, I gotta suck. So. Thieves' tools. It's a round tail. So the thieves' tools, where are they? You lose a few each time you pick a lock, so take care to gather a supply. Yeah, so... What's that one way? Actually, he didn't have any skill points to spend. He just had the feat stuff to do. Passive abilities. Ah, okay. Gonna brute force it. Rolled an 8. We only needed a, what, 4? Something like that. Oh, you have to keep doing this until it breaks open. Unlocked. Good job. So masterwork short sword and a buckler. Let me get a better dagger. Got a crappy dagger. It's got a fine dagger. It's the fine dagger because +1 to accuracy. Use all the help we can get. Yep. Okay. I picked up another lantern. Not sure we need multiple lanterns, but... Okay, so this was another stairway up. You emerge onto the deck and see 2 groups of men facing each other with weapons drawn. The ship shakes violently in the grip of a storm of lightning tears across the sky. Amidst the din of the storm and their frantic arguments, you bellow for the attention of the assembled crewmen and mercenaries. Both the ship's captain and the leader of the mercenaries you hired, a coarse thug of a man named Gustavo, turn their attention to you. They look ready to use the unsheathed weapons in their hands at the slightest provocation. Address the mercenary leader since he's following us. Mercenary leader Gustavo flicks his dark eyes to you, but keeps his blade fixed on the desperate captain. There's a reason he's known as Fireblood to his men. Gustavo, you'll get your monies, but let me handle this. Gustavo, enough with the theatrics. You get your money, but let me handle this. The cruel smile twitches into life on Gustavo's wind-weathered face. There's only one rich, noble girl, but we can always find more sailors. Ship's captain bristles at these words. Captain, why have we not dropped anchor? Something dire stalks these shores. We cannot approach without risking the ire of that horror. A jittering mutter of agreement rises from the sailors, causing Gustavo's eyes to darken even further. What horror? What have you seen? Captain, take us closer to the least consequences. What have you seen? Not but glimpses. My men have seen the shadow of something deep in water stalking us. Nothing natural moves like that. Gustavo glares murderously at the captain. You renege on our deal based on a glimpse? Foolish superstition, take us in now. Gustavo, do as you wish. You renege on our deal based on a glimpse? There is desperation in the captain's voice. We are seasoned sailors. We do not balk at shadows. You need to be alive to rescue this girl you speak of. We're out of time. Sail us in or argue the point with Gustavo. You speak sense. Perhaps it is better to turn around. Gustavo, have at it. We're out of time. Sail us in or argue the point with Gustavo. Gustavo turns his steely gaze from you to the captain. Let me spell this out for you, sea dog. We contracted to rescue the girl, but if you don't get us to the shore, we'll gut you for free. The mercenaries you hired all shift their weight in anticipation of making good on that promise. Captain, he's right. Do what you were hired to do. Gustavo, convince the van. Oh, read that. Do what you were hired to do. Something changes in the captain's expression. He stands tall. I will not order my ship and my men to certain doom. We shall not get any closer to the coast while I have command. I'm sorry, Captain. You leave us no choice. I defer to your judgment. Captain Gustavo, stand down. Diplomacy. I believe you, but my contract with these men does not mention your survival. So difficulty 10. We still need to just roll 5 or better. Oh, look, we rolled a 9. We bring glory upon by ancestors. A few of the ship's crew lower their weapons. The captain's eyes flit between you and Gustavo's murderous grin. He sheathes his blade and speaks softly, his voice barely audible over the snapping sails. So be it. May the deep have mercy. We gain 300 experience. Suddenly, huge monstrous tentacles burst from the water around the ship. This is going to go well. For a split second, before the terror sets in, you wonder what Gustavo must be thinking as the monstrosities loom over him. After reaching their full height, the tentacles curve inwards and smash into the ship. Some pierce straight through the deck. Others snap the mast like they were matchsticks. You stand frozen in place. I am so brave. Yes, yay, tentacles. Through a haze of splintered wood and panicked screams, you notice Roland. He throws himself out of the way of a tentacle, but begins to fall overboard as the ship lurches once more. Go to Roland's aid, leave Roland to his fate. Go help him, jeez. You dash towards the ship's fractured rail, dodging holes in the deck and wounded men beseeching you for help. Roland hangs on by one arm from the side of the ship. Try to grab him. You lunge for Roland's arm, but he loses his grip, and your fingers close only around thin air. You missed him by an inch. He falls wordlessly downwards. Well, this went well. You watch he is swallowed by the raging sea. Look, he's already gone from the party. The ship is listing fatally, and you see the great tentacles high above you, poised for the coup de grace. Abandoned ship. As you jump, you hear the terrible rending of wood giving into flesh. The impact of the water winds you. The waves pummel you down. The currents beseech you to go deeper, ever deeper. Peaceful blackness. Wow, this game's over already. Two weeks earlier. So we're going to spend the next 2 weeks waiting to see me die? Is that what's going on? Quest started. A twilight meeting. Guardsman dressed in the livery of the noble house Baron. The guard scowls someone at you. Armsmaster Lyra awaits you at the main entrance. Armsmaster Lyra awaits you at the main entrance. You best talk to her if you've not already done so. Twilight meeting. No, sparkly vampires. Don't say that. An aging armored man in the livery of House Baron stands and scowls at you. Eyes like coal peer out from a craggy face, fringed top and bottom with wild white hair. Return his challenged stare. Walk on by. Return the stare. The older man crosses his massive arms, steps forward, and leans towards you. So, young sellsword, come looking for a scrap, have you? Though his voice is full of gravel, there's now a glint in his eyes as though the old coals have begun to warm up. Gideon, you old fool. Stand aside, old man. I have business with your lord. Gideon, you old fool. A single bark of laughter emanates from the dense beard as he embraces you in a crushing bear hug. Gideon may be older and grayer, but from the force of his hug, you don't reckon you'd have any more chance of beating him now than you did as a 12-year-old. Go easy, you old boar. It's good to see you. Some things haven't changed. He steps back and allows you to breathe again before grabbing you by the shoulders. We heard of your father's passing. Truly, he sits with the golden dead now. Tell me, how did he die? In glorious battle at my side. Drunk and reeking of his own piss. Let's not dwell on old wounds. Do you know why I'm here? In glorious battle at my side. His eyes narrow. Then the old warriors die defeating death. Old warrior. Gideon is quiet for a moment when he breaks into a grin. We'll raise a cup to his name, together you and I, as soon as you're done with Cato, and I can wrestle up some ale fit for a guest. Gideon, why am I here? And Wookie, thank you for the 3 consecutive streams watched. Much appreciated. Happy Friday. Master Cato will chew your ear plenty when you see him, Gimpy. Lyra, the new master at arms, awaits you by the main entrance. She'll escort you, and don't ask her not to, if you think I had a temper. The joke fails to hide the note of anxiety in the grizzled houseguard's voice. I shall look for this Lyra. Diplomacy. What are you hiding from me, old boar? Must roll a 10 or above on a 2d6. Yeah, this isn't going to go. Or maybe it will. 12. Double sixes. Call me. Never could pull the wool over your eyes. Truth is, many a day's been dark of late for House Baron. Perhaps it all started when you and your father left. A guilty grimace flashes across his face. Or maybe it started even earlier. He pauses to blow out a long breath. I won't betray my master's confidence by saying more. Best you see him yourself. Very well, I'll go to the master at arms. If you want to explore, for old time's sake, take this lantern. Lord Baron will wait, and we don't want you to getting lost in the hedge maze again. He laughs heartily and hands you a small brass lantern. Whatever may come to pass, it did this old warrior. Bear look good to see you again, boy. The old man slaps you on the shoulder in parting, almost knocking you off balance. He then seems to remember something as he leans in conspiratorially. Is it? Damn knees are acting up. It's my damn knees are acting up again. Can't hardly sleep on account of the aches. Let me tell you, I'd take an arrow in the leg any day. If you're going over to the kitchen later for a bit of grub, a bottle of brandy from the wine cellar would make me a happy man. He shifts as if to emphasize his stiff knees. But first, don't keep Lyra waiting any longer. Talk to her first, and I'll be here for later. But we have a lantern. So there's actually a little light source too. It's kind of cool. Yes, it was a Skyrim reference, I'm sure. Yes, this is a retro RPG. Pet the dog. Guard, that's the person I think you're supposed to talk to. Snuff that out. Yep. Here, Master Cato, blah, blah, blah. Don't tell me you have an audience. Don't tell me you have an audience. What? The hellhound starts burning. Does it go woof? No, it goes poof. Got in the way there. So who are you? Guardsman dressed in the library, blah, blah, blah. He scowls somewhat at you. Sword Arms Master Lyra waits if you at the main entrance. Better talk to her. You've not done so. Why do you guys want me to talk to her so badly? Let's get in the way. Lyra. Anyone stands before the main entrance to the villa. Her posture speaks of a graceful, coiled power, that of a dueling ace. No doubt she is the new master at arms for her house baron. As you approach, she offers a quick, neat bow, just low enough to be respectful. Greetings. Master Cato welcomes you back to House Baron. The Master is eager to meet with you and is ready at your leisure. However, if you wish to refresh yourself first, we suggest you visit the kitchen for some food and then perhaps walk the grounds and gardens. Question mark. You wish to see Cato right away? Very well, I shall explore a bit. Why have you been summoned? That is for the Master himself to answer, and he will soon enough. For now, though, please get some food and look around. If I'm sure old Kidian would be happy to see you if you've not talked to him already. Sure, very well. Excellent. Though I'm sure you will still know your way around the grounds. The kitchen is in the buildings to the east, and the garden hedge maze to the west. Come back and check with me once you've stretched your legs. So, where do I want to go first? Hedge mage? Garden. Garden. Okay, so we talked to her, so we should talk to him again. Have you seen... Yes. Where was the kitchen again? Where do I find the garden? Why did you say Lyra what? No? I already talked to her. Maze. Oh, they're just out here drinking. You find the kitchen in the eastern of the and I need to remind you that it's a poor idea to enter the maze without a lantern. Have a good evening. I have a lantern. Stand before the gateway to the hedge mage. It stirs old feelings of both dread and elation. Sounds and smells of the estate grounds, as they were long ago, call to you from distant memory. You feel you could easily plunge into their depths. Let yourself go and remember. Which day? Dream is it this time? Are you vowing defending me from rebels again? Emblesh throws a pine cone at you, snapping you from your reverie. She's 10 years old, and you're your senior. Let's play hide and go seek in the maze. I'll hide. You faintly hear someone yell her name from the distance. You better run, Star Child. Oh, my mother never calls me that, Emblesh says, frowning. Where did you hear it from? Before you can reply, she flings another pine cone at you and darts off into the maze. You hear a man's voice yell Emblesh's name again, much closer now. Either way, she's lost to you in the winding passages of the hedge mage. Your memory tugs at you, urging you on to the center of the maze. Is that a real maze, or just You say what? You're quite lost. Sucks to be here, then. You stand at the center of the maze. It feels much less impressive than you remember. The ornamental pond was once an ocean. The rock at its heart, a wind-swept island. You found me, Daydreamer. You remember the tone of her voice, and you can almost see the impish 10-year-old girl wading through the pond. Why do you always come here? I like the water, it's so calm. Emblesh shoots you a mischievous look. You notice the faintest tang of ozone. She makes a slow motion hop through the water, her fingers trailing the pond's surface, where water and skin meet, strange colors bleed, and spread across the surface. Ambla, you'll get in trouble. Stop it. Ambla moves her fingers across the water surface like a painter's brush. Colors spill across the pond, and for a sleeping moment, you fancy that you can see cloudy top mountains, or was it the ramparts of an impossibly large city reaching towards the heavens. Silence is shattered by a shout, along with the beguiling images. Mistress Embla, the master requests you in the house immediately. That's my father. Something's wrong. It's Mother. She's ill again. I think I cause it with what I can do. It poisons her mind. How long until Mother isn't Mother, or until Father isn't Lord, or your father isn't Master at Arms? How long will any of it last? Why are you talking like this? I don't know. No one does. Everything falls apart in the end. Why are you talking like this? I get the hiccups all of a sudden. You ever feel like everything is a lie? Like there's a veil that covers everything, but in some parts it's thin enough to see through? She starts as your father steps breathily into the closed garden, his red-faced from exertion and anger. Young lady, you can't run off like this. The whole estate is looking for you. Your mother is ill and needs you now. Say nothing. Your father shoots at you a stern glance. I'll deal with you later. Ambla says nothing as your father grabs her by the arm and hauls her past you back to the house. She doesn't meet your eyes as you pass. Finding yourself back in the present, a chill has crept into your bones. You best move on. So that was all a memory. So now what do I do? Just wandering around. So now I'm confused on what this is actually going on. Why did we go back 2 weeks into the past for just a little bit of memory stuff? You find the kitchen area. Oh, is this a building? That's a building. Building we can't quite get into, it looks like. Okay, so over this way. My best guess is that it's kind of a playable flashback to give you some backstory, and then you awake at the coast of the island or something. I have no idea. Because all our stuff is basically gone. You enter the kitchen, a pair of scullions offer a hurried bow. It's all so much quieter, emptier, and gloomier than I remember. Of course, old Magda is no longer where she used to be, sitting by the oven, kind, red-faced, and tending a shank of lamb. Reminisce. You remember the matronly woman as she sat, humming to herself, pouring fat over the roasting meat. Child, come here, will you? Magda was always a beacon of kindness in a childhood where such qualities were few and far between. She clasps you gently with her tubby hand. Have you eaten yet? Before you can answer, she produces a small bundle of treats from her apron and hands it to you. As son to the Master at Arms for the great House Baron, you did not go wanting, materially at least. Thank you. Magda looks at you with kind eyes as you pick up the bundle. He's here again, down in the cellar. He's not so good, child, sleeping now, but it would be best if you got him to bed before his men see him like this again. The knot in your stomach is as real as now as it was when you were 12. Go get him. Don't worry, he won't make a fuss. He just needs time. Deep wounds take a long while to heal. The old woman turns back to her meat and resumed her meandering humming. The sound of a man clearing his throat snaps you back out of your reminiscence. May I help you, my lord? Demands as Chef's outfit offers a hoarse voice. Hey, Ring, welcome back. You missed the start? You did. Want me to start over again? Another lantern. I think they want us to have lanterns. Empty bottles litter the floor of this room. You chuckle to yourself as you imagine the kitchen staff in their wine-tasting sessions. No doubt, much revelry has taken place here. Within a cool gust of air from the passage to the north, the wine cellar lies that way, and you can almost hear faint sobbing. Ghosts, no doubt. Sure? I can't be bothered. You're gripped by a long-hidden memory upon entering this part of the cellar. You sealed it away, but in so doing, preserved its strength, and now it demands freedom. You can still recall smelling him before you could make out his writhing shape in the dim light of the cellar. Mistress Valeria, open the door. Your father doesn't even notice you in the throes of his intoxicated ramblings. How could they take her? Her chambers were locked from inside. Where is she? Try to shake some sense into him. Your father jolts upright, the bloodshot whites of his eyes glaring out of the darkness. We found her, wandering the forest outside the estate. Mistress Valeria, help him stand. Haltingly and leaning heavily on you, your father manages to stand. She was never the same. Whatever happened broke her. It was the girl, you know. The seed was planted in Valeria that night. But how could you know? You were but a babe yourself. You helped lead the now sobbing man out of the cellar. Stop it, father. Lord Cato trusted me, and I failed him, but Valeria was the one to pay the price, mind broken and a spawn of a child. Father's voice seethes with fury. Enough. Don't talk to me, you bastard. What do you know about honor, as much as your harlot mother? Your father steps away from you unsteadily, tears streaming down his contorted face. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Turn and run, strike the man. Yeah, hit the drunk. You draw a ragged breath and snap out of the memory. Your knuckles white. You alone in the deep cellar, and you're alone in the deep, damp cellar, and don't particularly feel like dwelling there. So, for those of you who don't know what the hell's going on, so we started the game. Basically, a tutorial. Right, we're on a ship. It's there's like loud booming noises, there's like fighting or something up on the deck. We make our way through the ship, doing stuff, tutorial stuff. Get up to the top, and it's apparently we're a mercenary, or we have mercenaries with us, and they're facing off the crew. The crew of the ship is refusing to go any farther, to drop us off to where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be going after some girl, and rescue her or whatever, but the sailors have seen something moving in the water and they're afraid, so they don't want to go any farther. And then this little altercation that got the stuff. Next thing we know, the boat's being attacked by a giant octopus of some kind, and then we are in the water, falling into the darkness, and come to the next screen. It says 2 weeks later, and that's where we're back here, and we're basically back in the past and reliving something or other. Basically our experiences. I have a feeling the girl we're going after is Valeria. Just a guess. Oh, look, Brandy. So that's the short version of the story so far. Look, cured ham. I don't know what it's going to do for us, but we'll see. And now the current theory is this is just a memory as we're sinking into the middle of the water, or down to the bottom of the ocean, wherever we are. And this is just a memory itself, which it is technically, I guess, since 2 weeks in the past. Plus, character still level 1. Oh, but we're still gaining experience, though. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, look at all the free food. Cheese. Cheddar cheese. already, didn't I? Didn't go this way, though. So now we just run around looking for stuff. Stairway up, and that's where we came in, actually. Is there a map? There's not a map. Okay, so again, looks like we're just down here for the memory of our drunken father. For why he's a drunk, we don't know. Something related to the mother, I guess. Hey, what do you guys know? Anything good? So we can make stuff. Why would we do this here? Oh, we can experiment here. Cured ham and cheese. Craft. Not a valid recipe. Yes, it is. Ham and cheese is very much a valid recipe. I just want to put it out there. Doesn't have to have everything with it either. All you need is a knife, slice it up, and you got a nice ham and cheese sandwich. The chef offers a short bow and then a tired but sincere smile. I am Chef Armand, and my humble kitchen is at your disposal, my lord. Sadly, I was told of your arrival only minutes ago, and my oven must be fired up again. You must be famished. Indeed I am. My suggestion is thusly. Whilst I stoke the fire, you run down to the pantry and fetch some cured ham and cheddar cheese. I will then teach you how to cook my renowned melted cheese sandwich, and you shall never want for an evening meal as long as you live. See, told you. Splendid. The pantry is west of the wine cellar, and the cheese is kept in the northwestern room. Return when you have the cured ham and cheddar, and I shall blah blah blah. Where's the cellar? Kenny has asked me to fetch him a bottle of brandy. Already have that too. So leave. Talk to you again. I have the ham and cheese. Perfect. First of all, here is some bread. Now, the cauldron is quite empty and just warm enough for you to use. Remember, you need both the bread, ham, and cheese to make the perfect sandwich. Now, go give it a try and bring me the results. I shall see if you have it in you. Making a sandwich? Is it really that tough? Apparently it is when you try to put out the fire. What's the little cauldron here? Not that. Okay, so cheese sandwich. That's a ham and cheese sandwich. He gave me the bread. Why are we boiling a sandwich? I don't know. I don't know. So crafted 2. No more boo. He wanders back and forth, tending the fire and keeping his kitchen tidy. He has the gait of a man who has been on his feet for far too many hours. Here's the sandwich for inspection. He wafts the scent of the grilled sandwich towards his nose. The crust of the bread, the softness of the cheese, the savoriness of ham, perfection. You shall indeed never again go hungry in the night. He didn't take it though, right? Yep. Okay, so that. And then what's his face? Are you following me? You can find the kitchen. I already knew that. So he's the one who wanted the booze. I have your medicine. The medicine should be in quotes of their own. That's some fine foraging you want, young. Well, before you can get a word in, Gideon snatches the bottle, uncorks it, and drinks deeply. The old man, eyes closed in relief, lets out a deep sigh. May your sleep be dreamless, he speaks as if to himself. May your sleep be dreamless? ? He smiles sadly, an old soldier's greeting, something one mercenary would say to another as a prayer to not dwell on painful memories. The kind that comes with the work, your father and I. He halts momentarily and looks at you. Your father and I would always part with those words. Now I've held you long enough. Be on your way. Fine. I'm supposed to talk to you again? I think I am. There you are. If your nostalgia is appeased, the master will see you now. Let's go see Cato. I don't really have anything else to do. I don't think. Very well. If it pleases you, the master is in his office just ahead, and Note: once you meet with the master, things may move quickly and you may not have another chance to walk the grounds. Yes, I remember the way. I prefer to go alone. On second thought, I'd rather explore it a bit more. I don't think I have anything else to explore. I remember the way. I suppose you do, but I'll escort you nonetheless. A flicker of a smile plays across her face, and she beckons for you to lead the way. Quest completed, exploring the grounds. Opulence has faded, the shadows longer. Clearly, much has changed since the last time you were here. Try to remember how long it's been. It's been years, perhaps decades since you were here. Not since your father was the house arms master. Not since. You must have your wits about you, and perhaps now is not the time to dwell on painful memories? Not since your father's exile. You were no more than 12 when you were driven from the household. Hard were the years that followed. The mercenary life is bloody and unforgiving. Those years stole your childhood, and eventually they took your father too. But your father had always insisted, to his dying breath, that his failure had been his own, not that he had gotten the fate he deserved. The memories that are painful, nonetheless. Be on your way. Flanking the doorway are two marble statues. The craftsmanship is stunning, but the sight of the two women depicted fills you with sadness. Examine them. One you recognize immediately, Valeria Baron, the mistress of the house. You remember her as a great ghost, absent and unwell. Okay, so maybe it's not Valeria that we're looking for. The other statue depicts the girl you once knew so well, Embla and Baron, daughter of the house. I think it might be Baron or Embla then. And now a woman grown strong and clear-eyed. Her likeness has none of her mother's timidness. How is Mistress Valeria these days? Mistress is vacationing in the countryside, there answers curtly. And what of Embla? Her eyes flicker ever so slightly. We should hasten to Master Baron. He's long been impatient to see you. Be on your way. She clears her throat behind you. Not that way, if you don't mind. The master's office lies through here. She motions to the left. Very well. Let's not keep the master waiting. It's a dining hall. Fine, you're not going to let us go anywhere we can't go yet. Or shouldn't be going yet. Like there's some stuff on it looks like maybe a library, maybe, or on the other wall, or other side. Cato Baron sits tall in a tasteful but a modest reception room. He looks less imposing than you remember, and with a few more crow's feet. Nonetheless, he's lost none of his composure of air of casual authority. Sorry, his composure or air of casual authority. I can read. You take a seat across a formidable desk from him. This study, like the rest of the villa, is half-lit, giving a morose cast of its opulence. The older man's face creases into a tired but genuine smile, which momentarily lifts some of the room's oppressive mood. It's a mercy to see you again. Your own man and in your prime, Cato says before a frown consumes his smile. It's just a shame our reunion is overshadowed by the fates of those we love. Perhaps together we can yet improve our collective circumstances. Why have you summoned me? So, you know, my father is dead. Why have you summoned me? Embla is missing. Cato's voice quivers momentarily, betraying his stoic features. Now I beg of you, help me find my daughter. Help me return home, where she belongs. What's happened to her? She's left without notice a week ago. From the scant clues we had, we believe she boarded a ship bound for one of the outer isles, Idra. She went of her own free will. At the time, I thought little of it. He begins to glower. Since then, however, there has been reports, grave ones. Reports? No one and no word has left Idra in days. Rumor has it even the imperial augurs are in the dark. I know not how this touches the fate of my daughter, but she must be returned to me, one way or another. Any idea why she left? Something has been building in her for years, an aptitude of sorts, but I suspect you already knew. In any case, it's grown much stronger lately and drives her in ways I cannot understand. I suspect she's looking for answers. But why Idra? Why indeed? There's little on the island save for the port of Orin. If Idra was her destination, she must have landed there. Orin. Yes, an old imperial port and home to a few hundred whalers, traders, and an occasional smuggler. We can only speculate as to what drew her there, but it's our only lead. How can I help? Hire mercenaries, travel to Idra, and begin your search in the port of Orin. From there, I trust you to do what needs to be done. Spare no cost, just bring back my daughter. Mercenaries? Yes, if nothing else, the port will be dangerous enough. That is why I have summoned a Roland Grey-Eye to me, a crude but effective sellsword that I've made good use of before. He shall accompany you on the task. Roland Grey-Eye? The man is a grizzled veteran. He may have slowed with age, but his experience and reliability more than make up for it. He's also much respected by similar men, and so will be instrumental in hiring a reliable crew. I'll take it into consideration. Cato shows you his upturned palms beseeching. I know this thing I ask of you is fraught with danger, but this is your chance at improving your fortune, materially and in honor. What say you? I accept for Embla's sake. Very well, for my family's name. I'll do it for the gold. What makes you think I care? I accept for Embla's sake. We were childhood friends with Embla, too. Cato smiles softly, visibly relieved, and for a moment he looks like the man you remember. Have you any final questions or matters to discuss? Time is, I'm sure you appreciate, of the essence. Let's just get on with it. He stands with poorly concealed effort. And Gimpy, you stand and meet his gaze. Return her to me. There is no other outcome of this affair. Shake his hand and leave. Remain silent and leave. You have my word, Cato. And Chapter 1. Are we drowning? Shores of Idra. Oh, leveled up. Oh, look at the little portrait. Looks like we've been beat up a little bit. The face is not quite in the shape it was. But we leveled up. So character. Character reaches level 2. +2 to vitality, +4 attunement. Vitality is, health-related. Attunement is mana. For the first time in your life, you are overcome with a sense of purpose. The path ahead will undoubtedly be difficult, but you are certain it is one you are supposed to take. So, feats. We have 3 points to spend. Some more fire. Oh, we're already maxed out on the fire there. So, fire expert. 4 ranks. Fire magic focus. Learn 2 new spells. School. So, tier 1, that's where we are. Yes, well, we fell off a ship, so there's that. Go air or earth? Oh, sorry, tier 1. Arcane Shockwave, Mark of Lethargy, Summoned Vermin, Swarm of Gnats. Very Earth-like. Blink, Mark of Blurring, Magic Missile, and Steel Breath. We should probably go tier 1 here. We also get 2 new spells we'll be picking over here and our other stuff. So we already have the first rank, that's our mana. Increase our lore, and then more attunement at 6 ranks, that's 3. Increase spell aptitude. Increase max cascade. I don't know what cascade does, yeah. More lore. You don't have any ranks now. Fine. Next level. Save. Okay, now we get to pick some spells. So, air magic. So, blink, blurring. Oh, right click actually tells us what it does. So, targets the self. Or the target. So, lesser. It adds conditions. Lesser haste, lesser invisibility. Interesting, okay. Blurring. Targets a character. Blur. Cascade 9. What's Cascade? Magic missile targets any opponent anywhere on the battlefield. Deals 1 to 4. Plus magical aptitude damage. Damage. It's magical. So we're taking that. And then Steel Breath. Steel as in, take. Targets any opponent anywhere on the battlefield. And Fearful, Disrupted, and Mute. So shut out spellcasters, I guess. But Blink. Lesser invisibility. Lasts till the end of combat. Can be removed by magic. +2 to dodge. Lesser invisibility. Invisible. Lasts until start of next turn. Can be removed by magic. Okay, so Blur asks till the end of combat. Blink does 2. No, it's only the next turn. So I think Blur might be better for us. Stop that. Stop that. Okay. So it's not a teleport, just makes you move faster. Yep. And it only lasts a turn. Blur while lasts all of combat, so it gives a bonus to stuff. Thunderclap, what's that? Sorry, done yet. Spells, abilities. I think abilities go up every round, every turn, or every level, I think. So anyway, character. Human or Guild Magos. Level 2. Attributes. So there's our 2 minute 29. So what's this Cascade stuff? Cascade. Each spell has a cascade difficulty. When casting a spell, the caster tests their spell aptitude against the cascade difficulty of the spell. If they succeed, they get to take another action. If they fail, their turn ends. This allows casters to chain spells together. A caster can cascade a number of spells together equal to their max cascade attribute, which is Cascade. I don't know where the cascade attribute is. Is this an abilities thing, though? I can't see it yet. Now there's feats. So there's an increased max cascade. So I don't know what it is currently, though. 2 minutes. I don't see a cascade thing. Okay. Let's see. So when we have stuff, we have no stuff. So we lost everything we gathered on the boat. Okay, it's not that way. It's not that way. Oh, I see. Got to go through the little lighter blue spots in order to move. Slowly you drag yourself from the cold water onto the relative safety of solid rock. You try and fail to stagger forward as exhaustion washes over you in a great black wave. Oblivion takes you before you hit the rocky sand. Ground. Continue. ... You're woken by the cacophonous cries of gulls circling you. Your body is a mass of pain and exhaustion, covered in 1,000 cuts and scrapes. The large white birds gather around you in eager anticipation. What a magnificent feast your bloated corpse would make. Not today. Minutes or perhaps hours pass as you lay unmoving, trying desperately to will some warmth back into your body. Finally, you manage to force your eyes open. By some miracle, you are not only alive, but you find yourself on the shores of the cursed island of Idra. Strewn around you is the wreckage of the Zephyr. You see no other survivors. Unless you find equipment and companions soon, you may have cheated death in vain. Your character is critically injured. This means you have taken enough damage to reduce both your vitality and wounds. Great. The green bar under your character's portrait represents your vitality score. Vitality is a buffer to your wounds, and as long as you have vitality left, you won't take serious wound damage. Vitality is easily lost and easily regained. So, the green bar under your character's portrait represents your vitality, so hit points. Potions and healing magic restore vitality even during combat. The second purple bar represents your wounds. Losing wounds is much more serious than losing vitality. Reaching a 0 wounds means your character falls unconscious. Wounds can also only be recovered by resting or leveling up.
Hello Gimpy, it is time to take a break. Go check on the dogs.
Dum dum.
This break supports the purchase of Rocket's treats. If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpy.com/support or type !treats in chat. Thank you.
Okay. Whenever you take
The
damage,
next break is in 1 hour.
whenever you take wound damage, you gain an injury condition as indicated by the icon on the portrait. Injuries confer serious penalties to your character and can only be removed by resting. A party full of injured party members has its combat effectiveness severely reduced. Making camp and resting is the surest way to restore an injured character. Note that resting is not possible in every location, so plan accordingly. You can also rest at inns when you find them. Okay, so I do take a break, and this break is going to be a couple minutes longer than normal because I have to help Mrs. Gimpy get Rocket to the car because he's got to visit with his regular vet to have him checked out because of the whole seizure thing on Wednesday. So anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching and enjoy the dog video.